Hi, in this video I'll begin implementing our file system. I'll be doing it in Python, but you can implement it basically in any language of your choice once you understand the core principles, which is what this video is mostly about. It's just to lay the foundation that isn't even language dependent. So we are just going to be using vanilla Python, no library or whatsoever. And yeah, we'll be implementing a file system, but we're not going to be talking to an actual storage device. Rather, we're going to simulate or visualize a storage device. Then our file system's job is to communicate with that storage device. So first of all, let's just do a quick revision so we can know what we're implementing. So we're implementing a file system. So what's a file system? A file system is basically a file system is the interface between a user, we can even say an OS, but let's just say user and their storage device, right? Okay, so this is it. So what does a file system have? Okay, before we say what a file system has, what are the features of our file system or the file system we want to implement? So the features is, first of all, this file system is going to be non-contiguous. That's how we're going to be storing our data. A non-contiguous, I don't know if I can spell non-contiguous, a non-contiguous file system. Yeah, so non-contiguous. It's going to be a single level directory. So I will, in the previous videos, I've spoke about non-contiguous and single level directories. So you could watch those videos if you're not familiar with it. It's going to be a single level directory. Okay. And okay, that's one feature. Then, okay, so this is it. This is basically what we have here. So how do we go about this? Again, what we're going to need, or what we're going to build, is we need a storage device, obviously. So we're going to have to like visualize that. Then we need a file system, obviously. And yeah, okay, so basically this is it, but I don't really think if this is it, because that's all. We need to build a couple of other things, at least the concept behind these things. So since we have a non-contiguous file system, since we are building a non-contiguous file system, we're going to need the idea of a block, right? And then within our file system, since we're just working with a single level directory, we don't need the concept of directories, but obviously we need the concept of a file. We need file or files, right? Okay, so how do we go about this? Well, first of all, we are going to create blueprints for it, basically classes. So for the storage device, we just do class storage device. For now, I'm not implementing anything, so I'll just do pass. So this is our class. This is so basically whenever we create a new instance of this storage device, it's almost like we are buying a storage device. So think about it, the creators of a flash drive or a hard disk have implemented the design, and someone just takes those designs and creates an instance of it or manufactures one. So we have our storage device, and then we have blocks, right? Because our storage device is going to be categorized into blocks, right? Blocks that can store a certain amount of data. So that's blocks. Okay, so this will be a pass because we're not implementing anything. And then the next thing is our file system. And the file system, yeah, the file system also we're not implementing, at least for now. Then the file system basically is going to be communicating with storage device. And technically, the file system will actually have the blocks itself. Or yeah, so the file system is going to be communicating with the storage device. Then we have the concept of a file. So yeah, so this is it. Yeah, so this is what we have right now, and this is just basically what we're going to be working up from, right? So the way I see this, we can get a quick sense of what we are building exactly. So technically, every operating system we work with has, right now we have a storage device. I have a storage device. I have a file system which I'm using Linux. So this is ext4, and my storage device is my hard disk. And definitely ext4 has done things that maybe they have blocks and everything, but normally with Python we can quickly do things like with Python we can interact with the file system, right? So with a language, like all languages has the ability of working with the file system. So if I want to open a file with Python, I can just do f open. Okay, let me open this file here. So fopen basically opens this file. So most of what we're going to be implementing will be based on this sort of like interaction, right? So if you do something like fread, what is Python? So right now, when Python opens that file, let's just think about it. What does it do? It gets access to this file within the storage device. So when we do read, we're basically telling Python, hey, just connect this entire files. And the goal of this whole project is so we can understand what is happening here, right? So that's the main reason why I feel it's good to like play around with the actual current existing file systems we have. So remember, this Python isn't really a file system. Python is more like an interface. So you can see Python as more like the interface to your file system, and the file system is the interface to your storage device. So we're going to build all of this in the next coming videos, and I'm really excited for it. I hope you're also excited for it too. So see you in the next video. I think we'll be implementing the storage and the block, right? Or yeah, the storage and the block, so that we can just, or let's just start with the storage device first, then maybe we can move over to the block if time permits, so we can get a sense of what it is, and we even play around with our storage device. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.